the lineage based reparations. Like you got,
I agree.
you know to that. But he believes in reparations. He said this on the Breakfast Club. He said this on Earn Your Leisure. He said this on plenty of black platforms. That's not the argument. The argument is that when he get in and he does say this is what we gonna do, there's gonna be a whole bunch of hurdles that's gonna stop him.
But I feel like that's what he's gonna face with everything. Like, you know, he's Kennedy. Like this government pretty much tried to take out his whole family.
I mean, they took out the main
they took out his whole family. So like, I really feel like he's gonna face, like you said, they're not even letting him get in the debate. You know, and then there's bigger fish to fry on the world stage with America. Like World War III really do seem like it's an argument and a bad day away from happening. And Trump don't got no military experience. Biden doesn't need this RFK. But I mean, like I said, Trump in New York. I got faith that he gonna really talk that shit when he gotta go in the rooms and talk that shit.
My man Kennedy said, "Peace, end the wars." He wanna put an end to the war machine.
War is a human constant. You can't put an end to that. You can either stall it or show niggas that they don't want it.
We could not participate. All the money that we speak reparations, and you brought this up earlier in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
All the money that's going to Ukraine, we got homeless people there. We got people. We got people who we need better schools. We need better scientists. We need all that stuff. All that money they giving over there, they contributing to a war machine. And I'm still confused on how it benefits America, how it benefits Americans. And I think with Kennedy's stance, if you read his policies, he's getting back to installing what it feels to be American. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of this country, to be happy to be a part of this country. He's talking about lowering loans for homes, first-time home buyers. His policies to uplift the black community and try to make us self-sufficient, you know, teaching us business. Ending the school to prison pipeline. You know what I'm saying? We talking about black farmers, you know, just trying to create something that's more for us so we won't have to rely on government. When you look at what happened in the 60s and the 70s and how they broke up the family, right? They split up the family, mass incarceration. Mm-hmm. If you was getting any type of governmental assistance, couldn't have no mail in the house. They were smart enough to know when it comes to the black community, if we break up the family, they don't have nothing. And we still suffering from that today. Kennedy is creating policies to keep the family together. Because if we don't got no family, how we have a community? If there's no man in the house, who's raising these kids? Right? We got the gangs raising the kids. You know what I'm saying? We got everybody but the person that should be raising their kids because of the decades of oppression, right? In which some people thought it was good. Oh, the government giving me money, this, that. It tore us apart. And Kennedy is talking about reversing that. Not only make black people self-sufficient, but make people self-sufficient, period. We got the government ready to shut down TikTok. People make a lot of money.
He should shut down
Why?
TikTok. Because it's owned by China. So all that data and all that information is being harbored by China. That's honestly a threat to national security.
Bro, we got the American government harboring our information and doing whatever they want to do with it.
It's not good either way, but the enemy you know is better than the enemy you don't.
I mean, listen, if they shut down TikTok, then what's going to happen? Next is everything else, right?
That's part of the problem, though, is that people get so enthralled in all this social media, and you can make a living off of social media. We're losing people actually pursuing real skills, you know. And like like you said, he's a practical guy, so I feel like he might be in situations where, so as Trump would be, okay, we're not doing this, we're cutting the spending over these people, we're gonna give it to these people, and just so what? That's what I'm doing. He might be practical. If we do this, these people won't have this, and we'll have to make up for X, Y, Z over here. And, you know, he might get caught up in the bureaucracy of the whole thing. So like I kind of like Trump because he's got nothing to do with the status quo. He's totally left field. So he's going to do some shit that regular politicians will not understand, but the people will look at it and say this should have been happening.
How you felt about COVID?
About COVID? I feel like COVID was overblown.
I mean, but Trump didn't take no stance to be like, he went with the status quo.
No, because that's the first time where I realized that there's other people who make decisions. The government don't make all the decisions. So, I mean, the science tells you flat out you can't have no vaccine under a year, but people believe the masses, people believe pharmaceutical companies, and now you got all these issues.
Well,
with the vaccine.
it wasn't the
Sometimes you gotta think for yourself in that aspect.
No, I get that, but it wasn't the pharmaceutical companies. It was Trump CDC. They set up social distancing, in which we come to find out was BS, right? When he did Operation Warp Speed, when the vaccine first came out on clinicaltrials.gov, they said it was supposed to prevent you from getting the coronavirus. They constantly moved that goalpost.
That's people not not doing their own research. Like, you can't just believe what the government is telling you. The government doesn't get to just change science.
No, but Trump made us believe that because he told us to believe in Fauci.
Really, and then Fauci, he told us to believe Fauci, but Fauci was getting pointers from somebody else. This was coming out at these congressional hearings right now.
But
Fauci was even listening to Trump. He was getting us some shit from left field and telling it to people with no actual credences of where it's coming from.
Did you read Kennedy's book, The Real Anthony Fauci?
RFK?
Yeah. Everything he said in that book, Fauci admitted recently. Or everything about the vaccine, everything they called Kennedy a conspiracy theorist. We living in a time where the conspiracy theorist is actually right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So we seeing the black from the white, right? We see Biden and Trump follow that path, and Kennedy took an alternative path because he does his own research, like you said. People need to do their own research. He gets into detail, and he knows doctors, right, that studies this stuff, right? Robert Malone, he created the vaccines and I forgot RMDA. He created those vaccines. mRNA. Yeah, he created that, right? So Kennedy took a different type of path. Everyone else took the status quo, right? Kennedy been fighting for a long time. I don't know Trump for a history of fighting.
No, I don't.
We know him. We liked him because we always looked at Trump as being like a boss businessman. That's how we looked at him in the community, right?
100%.
Biden, we don't even look at him. You know what I'm saying? They just got that machine behind him. But if you do your research on Kennedy, I promise you.
No, I'm aware of what RFK has done over the years, and it's kind of like one of those